Everybody, President Biden is now offering eligible Americans a new stimulus benefit. And the IRS says there are a couple of reasons why you may not want to receive a fourth stimulus check. So folks, do you support the fourth stimulus check of $1,000 a month? If you do, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Now, Democrats are hurtling toward their most consequential stretch of legislating, with major decisions left unmade as they wrangle over the size and scope of President Biden's sweeping domestic agenda. July and August will render a decisive verdict on Democrats' so-called two-track strategy of enacting President Biden's jobs and families plan via twin bills. One with GOP support focused on physical infrastructure, and the other on a partisan spending plan, centered on fighting climate change, increasing child care, and raising taxes on corporations and the wealthy.
Mr. President, the average Social Security benefit today is just $14,000 a year.
Work on both items nearing a climax, with senators in both parties drafting a centrist bill for a July Senate vote. In the Senate, 3 Democrats haggling over how big to go in their own party line endeavor. Senate House moderates are urging party leaders to focus squarely on the bipartisan bill, while many liberals remain skeptical that it will happen at all. House Speaker Pelosi has even threatened to sideline it without an accompanying Democratic package. A failed bipartisan result would force Democrats to write one huge spending bill, marrying all their priorities.
Dana Duggins with AFGE and Max Richmond with the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare, and Robert Roach with the Alliance for Retired Americans for organizing this event, for all of you for being here.
Now, taken together, Democrats' decisions in the coming days will define what may be the largest spending bill in history, offering their best chance of reshaping the federal government for years to come. Joe Biden's party has a rare opportunity with full control over Congress and the White House. Democratic House Budget Chair John Yarmuth told reporters, "If you add the two plans together, it will be the biggest bill in the history of the country, and there's no way it's going to be easy." After 3 months of plotting negotiations, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has laid out an aggressive timetable that envisions passage of both a budget resolution to allow a huge Democrats-only tax and spending package.
Every senator from every state has witnessed the hollowing out of the middle class over the past few decades. Globalization, technology have changed the way that Americans work and compete.
Plus a vote on a deal with Republican centrists to plow nearly $600 billion into roads, bridges, and broadband. Schumer will reiterate the timetable in a Dear Colleague letter to Democrats and warn of the possibility of working long nights and weekends to finish that work. The Majority Leader has been constantly dialing up the White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain, as well as members in a bipartisan group and committee chairs in charge of a party line spending bill, whose work will run into the trillions of dollars. Every Democrat knows that the partisan legislation could be this year's last big chance, to which they can hitch their long-sought priorities and demand is high. Bernie Sanders wants Medicare expansion, and Senator Tammy Duckworth is pushing her colleagues on childcare spending. A whole state of progressives want a major climate focus, and there will be restraints on spending from moderates and from the Senate parliamentarian, and what can pass through and avoid a filibuster. Then a massive rescue package that Biden signed back in March, the same law that included $1,400 stimulus checks and monthly payments for families that start next week, is now offering free health insurance to millions of Americans through the end of 2021. If you've gotten or have been approved for unemployment benefits during 2021, you qualify to receive free healthcare coverage.
Buy groceries and gas, to pay for rent or homeowners insurance, utilities and car loans. And even if they have enough to make ends meet, it is often just barely enough. One unexpected expense could mean the difference between taking on more debt or losing it all.